I created this video to generate awareness of the employee retention credit, which I'll refer to as ERC, and payroll tax dollars that you're potentially owed for employees that were on payroll during 2020 and 2021. So I do ask, give me a few minutes of your time so I can walk you through the basics of the ERC and introduce you to a recommended partner who will professionally help you discover your eligibility and complete the required filing process. So the employee retention tax credit is there for small to medium-sized businesses, just like yourselves that have been impacted by COVID-19 back in 2020 and 2021. And, there are many businesses, many of our clients that were impacted. So if you had some financial suffering, Congress created the CARES Act to help businesses get back on their feet, so to speak. But this particular program with the employee retention credit is still ongoing and is still currently in place to help businesses. So we just wanted to explain it a little bit further. The employee retention tax credit, basically was developed to encourage and support employers that had people on payroll. Eligible businesses can receive a refund of those payroll taxes up to $5,000 per employee for all of 2020 and up to $7,000 per employee who are on payroll for the first 3 quarters of 2021. So there's a maximum benefit that obviously could be there, but it is obviously based on payroll taxes that were paid by the total number of employees you had on payroll during those quarters and years. So you may have received a litany of other spam emails that probably look like, or other people reaching out to you about the ERC, and just we wanted to provide you guys with more information, but also a professional vetted out company that specializes in this. So we'll get to that here in a moment. This is where on the IRS website it starts to actually talk about the employee retention credit. So it is a real thing. However, we just want to again give you accurate information and also a excellent partner to work with to discover what you're potentially owed and how to get those dollars. So number one, you got to be a small business as defined by the government, and there's a couple different definitions there. You have to be a trade, business, or a tax exempt organization, which was new in 2021. So if you are running a nonprofit or not-for-profit entity, you could also be eligible for this as well. Small business is typically defined as 100 employees or less. If you've had 100 employees or less, you're eligible for the 2020 ERC refund. If you had fewer than 500 full-time employees, you're eligible for the 2021 refund as well. So it can be there. Now, obviously, most of our clients are probably just like you with less than 100 employees. But we wanted to make sure that we give all the information out there. So the other part of that is who's eligible, what are the criteria? So criteria A is you suffered a financial loss during those years and you can show that financial loss. Or criteria B, which is much more broader and which allows more employers to more easily be eligible for this. If basically you're impacted due to those government orders to shut down or limit your business, limit travel, meetings, commerce in general. So if you had interruptions of business operations, interruptions in your supply chain, you couldn't access equipment, you couldn't get people to operate your equipment because of the shutdowns, you were unable to work with your vendors, which was oftentimes a lot of problems for persons. Your hours of operations were potentially reduced, or what you could provide to your customers was limited or reduced as well. So overall, this is a much bigger net that you can be captured into. It's a bigger basket to shoot your free throw into, so to speak. So we want to, again, make sure that people understand this is a wide open thing that we think most of our clients will be qualified for. So again, we have a partner that's not going to charge you anything up front to go through the process. Your refund amount is based on factors. Which quarters do you qualify for, the number of employees that were in those quarters, their hours worked. If you participated in other programs like the PPP loans, what we understand is that even if you did participate in those programs and received those dollars, you're still eligible for the ERC. If you pay group health insurance premiums, which obviously is why we know about you, because that's oftentimes what we provide for our clients, and then obviously you had wages that were paid. How do you file? Once you find out if your business qualifies, we'll show you how to do that. You'll need to fill out some specific tax forms for 2020 and the quarters of 2021. So getting a refund takes several months. So it's not a short process. We wish we could find get you an instant application with an instant approval and then money in the bank in 7 business days. That would be great, but that we're dealing with the IRS, so obviously all of you know that that's not how they work. Well, they do take your money quickly, but they tend to be less good at getting your money back to you. So why we're recommending the partner that we're going to introduce you to is because incomplete or incorrectly filled out forms will be rejected, and it's going to have you to refile and take even more time. So time is running out on this as well. The maximum value of businesses able to claim starts to decrease in 2024. We're only 8 months away. And it gets smaller each quarter. So we don't want you to miss out on your chance to make that claim and get the maximum amount of money that you have eligible to get returned to you. So let's get started today. So our partner is Innovation Refunds. I've taken the last few months, 6 months actually, to have conversations with them, vet them out, talk to others that have been using their services, and you provided me the comfort to recommend them to my client base. So Innovation Refunds, the ERC is what they do. They are a network of over 100 attorneys, tax attorneys and CPAs who have overseen thousands of claims, processing over $3 billion in ERC refunds for businesses just like yours. So they do have a streamlined end-to-end filing process, which simplifies it, and they provide you support from start to finish. So that is where we feel it's most important, so that you have someone you can connect with all the time that actually can pick a phone, answer an email, and address your questions or concerns, etc., which is obviously much better than having to reach out to the IRS if any of you have had to make that call or communicate via letter or anything like that. It is a tremendous time suck, so to speak, and you don't get much satisfaction from them. So that's again why we're recommending of Innovation Refunds to do that for you. So they're going to help you file with confidence. They're going to make sure that you can unlock all the credits that you're potentially owed. Again, their team's there to help you, guide you through the way. Filing made easy. They do have integrations. So if you're using payroll systems, it is likely that they can actually integrate and pull that information and documentation really fast for you. So the good news there, it might leave you with less administrative headaches trying to find those forms and reports and all that kind of fun stuff. And there are no hidden or upfront fees. They're going to get to work for you, and they're going to do all this for you without charging you a dime for it. They will, at the end of it, once you've qualified for the dollars, they will at that point tell you what their fees are and go from there, so that you understand that and you know what to expect moving forward. So on this email that you received, you're obviously watching this video. Below the video is a button. It's the Start Here button. It's going to take you directly to the web form that you need to start to complete. It takes about 8 minutes on average, depending on how quickly you type and how much access to the information you need. Like, hey, have some quarterly information in place showing you how many full-time or how many part-time employees you had in 2020, 2021 as an example. Your part-time employees do count as well, so that's important to have that information in place. So you start to fill out this form, pretty simple, and then they're going to respond back to you once you completed it with information about your eligibility. So real quick, this has been about a 10-minute video, so I'm going to wrap it up. I wanted to thank you for taking 10 minutes of your valuable time to watch this video. We want to help you, one, know that this program exists, and two, take advantage of it and help, hopefully our partner, Innovation Refunds, can make it a quick and painless process as much as possible for you.